multi-grain cracker.
It's amazing to see, looking back, how far we came. From drumming on them tables to making footprints in the game. Never about the fame, just simply making a name. Navigating the system that puts so many through pain. Funny when getting money, you start to distance yourself from them places that you grew up in. Cause many aren't equipped for this journey, but I still love them. And now I see that education is elevation of everything that manifests separation. Classism, the lack of understanding which makes people unfamiliar, making them less concerned. Humans are so absurd.
It's not new, and it's fucking real, and it's been real for a long fucking time.
This is the Evan Show.
Oh, okay, what's going on, man?
I don't know, I'm just here at the protest. What's happening?
I don't like that shit. It brings a bad energy. I need that energy to stay in the States. We don't need that energy out here. Leave it as it is. I have the same camera, that's a 5D, eh?
Yeah.
I got the same camera.
Thank you.
You can't leave it as it is, though.
Eh?
If you leave it as it is, it'll never change.
I don't like that energy down here, man. That's bad.
If you leave it as it is, it'll never change, man.
Do you have anything to say?
Hi, my name is Ashley. I'm pretty baked. I did not know there was a protest, but sure, I'll put my input in. I hate racism. That's the end of it. We all bleed red at the end of the day. What's the necessary need for it? Especially at a time like this. And I love the sound of a Harley. Going to go shop for Adidas.
Do you guys have anything to say about what's going on?
Well, all lives matter, right? It's just not just Black Lives Matter. All lives matter. It doesn't matter whether you're in Africa or in America. It doesn't matter, right?
Wow, be quiet.
Yeah.
Somebody dies in the States and it's a big deal here.
I mean, just look at the homeless first. Save the homeless, right?
Yeah, like don't care about anybody else that dies. Lots of people die, right? But I don't know. It happens all the time. Happens all the time.
You may not like the answer. We're not taking this pandemic seriously. There's nothing we can do about the American situation for George Floyd here in Canada. They don't give a shit what we say. They never have given a shit what we say down there in Canada. Until Trump is gone, it's at the ballot box. We may undo all the work we've done since the March lockdown here in Canada because people are standing shoulder to shoulder right over there without any regards for their safety. They're not taking this fucking pandemic seriously. But I don't want any more things to happen, but this is the worst pandemic since 1918. We got away a little easier here in Canada here than the U.S.
I'm sorry, you don't think that what's happening right there is more important than what you're talking about?
No, it is not important than your survival in a pandemic.
You're exactly what's fucking wrong with this whole situation. I can't
It's a pandemic. People are going to die because of this.
You're an embarrassment.
We can't do anything about America here. They have the right to protest.
Yeah.
You have the right to protest. I'm just saying, be aware of what the goddamn risk is. I want justice for George Floyd too. I don't want some more people to die for George Floyd. There's the clip.
All right, any quick thoughts?
Oh, I think it's great. Glad they're showing their support. Things need to change, so hopefully things do.
How do you feel?
I feel great today.
Yeah?
So, yeah, it's a nice day, and they're doing the right thing, you know, by protesting and making it right that we shouldn't have violence. But, you know, if we all stick together, especially Americans with Canadians, because we're both on the borderline, you know, with everything, especially fighting coronavirus and everything else. But today is like, you know, one of the days that we got to show.
Yeah.
Have a good one.
You too.
You're gonna talk to my fiance. Oh, Craig, come on. He's gonna investigate it for a minute.
Okay.
How do you feel as a Canadian?
Hi.
Feel great?
Police should not be killing people. They should be protecting them.
Aboriginal lives matter too.
Do you guys have anything to say?
just dealing with some right now.
Sure. Do you have anything to say? Do you want to?
Sorry, what? Oh,
it's completely neutral.
I'm all good, man, but
okay.
I don't know. This is great.
About the protest, any thoughts? Oh,
as long as it stays peaceful, that's all that matters.
All right, so I don't have a camera guy today. I am the camera guy, and we're here at the Black Lives Matter protest down at Gore Park, and we're gonna see what everyone's kind of saying over here.
Hi there, are you a news anchor?
Am I a what?
A news anchor?
Kind of.
Okay, don't videotape me.
Okay.
I need to tell you about a concern that we have.
Could I take the audio?
Okay, so the concern we have is this is a Black Lives Matter protest. I've counted about 20 police, not one black police. They're all white police officers. The protesters are already aware of this, but this is unacceptable. At a Black Lives Matter protest, I called the police about this, and you know what they said? Well, Hamilton has an array of diversity in cops. Why are all the police officers here white officers? It's concerning because this is a protest against white police brutality. Don't you think they should have organized it? And I asked them about this and they were like, well, we don't know who's working today and blah, blah, blah. But still, they should have thought about this ahead of time. I organized this whole event. They should have brought at least one black officer, one officer of diversity. There's not one drop of diversity within the officers here, and I feel like they're making a statement.
Wait, should I cover my face?
You can if you want, whenever you feel comfortable with it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, when people of good conscience hear people in pain, you can't just lie down. I'm a non-violent person. I have no intentions of being violent to anyone.
Any words? Any words?
I mean, talk to black people, dude.
I'm getting everybody, literally everybody. Would you like any words?
I'm on camera right now.
Well, you don't have to be. I can not film you if you don't want to be filmed. All right.
We're just out here, that's all.
All right, that's important.
I got a story. My name is John. My father found out I was coming here, and he told me a story of how when he was young, the cops thought he was a drug dealer. They beat the shit out of him, kicked him so hard in the groin that one of his testicles exploded. And he told me that he was terrified that he'd never be able to have a kid. All of a sudden, I show up. I might not be black, but this is just as important.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
We're here today, we're gonna protest for our people, and we're gonna make equality happen right now. And that's on period.
We all bleed the same, but I'm tired of seeing the blood.
Any words? Any words?
Man, honestly, it's been going on for a long time. Our brothers in China are being kicked out of their houses. In America, there's murder going on by the police, the people who are supposed to protect us. We need to show solidarity. So that's what this is about.
We all bleed the same. We all bleed the same. We all bleed the same. We all bleed the same.
All right.
So what am I saying?
You've been subbing to just hold the microphone. Oh, you made it all happen.
What's going on? Am I just talking?
I'm just here and you can say whatever.
Okay. So we are here trying to raise awareness for Black Lives Matter community. It's not as serious as it is in Canada, but we would love to show that we support the black community in the States and all over the world. We want everyone to see that we feel it too and we care. So.
It needs to be heard, it needs to be seen too, right? So I think it's a good thing.
Things got to change. It's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. The state of the police department. You know, they're nothing Gestapo. This ain't the 1930s. This is not Nazi Germany. Everybody has a right to live. What is it? Section 23, subsection 7 and 8. Every Canadian citizen has the right to life, liberty, and security and shall not be deprived thereof. Thank you.
Any words?
Do I want water?
Do I want a water? I do actually. I could definitely go for a water. I'll put that here. Any words? No words.
I think the police have too much power and it's time to stand up for ourselves.
I think this is a great thing in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. We need to show one another love, respect, honor, peace, prosperity in this world. No racism, nothing. All one love. Third generation of my father and my grandfather, he's black. So I respect every culture in the world. And it should be that way from now on.
Evan Show sighting. Hey man.
How's it going?
Big fan.
Oh, thank you. Do you have any
No
words?
cameraman today.
No, I am the cameraman. It's kind of
yeah?
like a COVID cameraman.
I got nothing to say, man.
Well, at least you're here.
I'm a big fan of the Evan Show, so everybody subscribe. Black Lives Matter.
I feel weird holding a mic. Usually I don't. Multi-grain cracker.
He's half black, half white.
No, that would make me an Oreo. I got a whole lot of everything. Black, white, brown, I love it all.
It's my duty to be here, you know what I mean? My thought is an assault on the black people, from the Chinese to every other race, you know what I mean? They disrespect us all the time, you know? We had the Chinese and them moving in Africa, sending them military force. We had them all over the Caribbean. We ain't really want to do nothing now, but we ain't want to hate for nobody, but we have to defend. The first thing, the second thing after we get life is our defense. So we have to defend ourselves. That's my thought. We have to defend ourselves.
So what are our next steps as we do this?
I say all black people arm themselves. All black people arm themselves.
Here in Canada, we do get the same kind of treatment, but not as bad as America. I do feel that we are a little bit more heard here, but at the same time, like, we all gone through it. I've been dealt with police brutality from I was 10, 12, 15, you know, walking to the park. They're saying that, you know, I'm seen as somebody with narcotics, but I'm just a little boy with a basketball. So, you know, it's nothing new. It's something that's been going on for years, and now just people are tired. Everyone's just kind of tired of it, and this is the outcome, right? You know, COVID's going on. People are distancing from each other. No one's socializing, and people are at unrest now, and then they see cops brutalizing people in the streets, whether they're black, white, Asian, or Spanish. It happens every single day, and this is what's going on now. And the only way to change that is, like, the American leaders, like, you know, not black leaders, not Asian leaders, but like white leaders need to change that, because that's the only way it's ever going to change.
Teach your children! Support our indigenous! They're dying in our own country!
We need to wake up and realize we are all human.
I don't believe in COVID. Like, I believe COVID's real and everyone can get sick, but at the same time, people get sick because of fear. People get sick because of frequencies that they throw out in the air, right? When no one's touching anybody, and I feel that we're safe, right? The biggest problem is just the baby boomers.
Yeah.
They just don't, oh, we've been through it, or is this, or we've done that, or we this, but yeah, you guys fucked everything up. You guys still haven't changed anything, so.
Okay, so when there's rallies and protests and stuff about like police brutality and stuff, and you just simply took this occupation because you were probably interested in it, like, how do you feel when stuff like this goes on?
Oh, I don't know if I want to do this quite much, but like, no, this is great. People need to come out. Like, obviously what happened down south there was disgusting.
Doesn't matter if you're a cop or not, murder is not okay. And that's so true.
And we're as disgusted by it as everybody else, and it's good to see our community come out. Like, just show solidarity, right? When you see stuff like that, it makes you feel alone and like scared about like this is what's in the world, and you come together like this as people, as a community. Oh, it lets you know you're not alone.
Whether you're chasing me down because you thought I robbed a bank, or, you know, forged a check, like this guy was accused of. When a person says they can't breathe, if you got to restrain them, there are over 100 different ways to restrain a motherfucker. Sorry, there are over 100 different ways to restrain a person without killing them. Pick one.
I'm probably getting a little too on the record here, but.
When I'm not trying to put you on the record, but like when stuff like this happens and like they're kind of like calling out to police and stuff, do you feel like there's anything that you can do in the moment? Like if I were a police officer and I saw this, like, I guess there's rules about being a cop too, that you can't really just stand up, but like showing that you care, be like, hey, listen, I get that this is happening.
But that's why we're here, and that's why we're talking to you, that's why we're talking to people, and like, I don't know, maybe on some level you'd be like, oh, you know, I'll take my stuff off and get up there too. This isn't about me, this is about them, right? This is, these people's voices need to be heard, right?
Yeah.
So we're simply here to make sure everybody's safe, and that's it. So,
true.
I appreciate you asking questions on that.
One of the concerns is that there was no people of color here as police officers.
I can see that. Like, we should reflect our community, right? If the people are the police are the people. So, like, yeah, no, obviously that's a concern that needs to be addressed, right?
What about with this whole COVID stuff going on and like gathering?
Yeah, I guess we're a little closer.
Oh,
right?
I guess for me and you, yeah, but like when protests and stuff like this happen, like Doug Ford was like shutting other things down, like parks and stuff. But what's different with the protests? Why is this not getting shut down?
Oh, I couldn't answer that. That's probably above my pay grade answer. But I don't know. Like,
I mean, for the most part, everyone here has been really good wearing masks. They've been handing out masks.
Yeah, the organizers were handing out masks. Like, it's really people have been really respectful and wearing masks and stuff. So yeah.
What do you think the next steps would be for us to keep the momentum going after protests such as this?
The next step should be communication, actually. More communication between us, police departments, social departments. How can we address the issue better, come together more like this, and more peacefully protest, get more answers, demand more answers through protests like this, and also build on it with social communication with the forces at hand. We actually want to implement policies, some sort of change, and with this peaceful protest, hopefully they understand us, they hear us, and they address our issues.
We have to talk. We need to know. We need to bother our city councilors and officials. We need to get into the law.
If you want to take a picture of this, here's lots of phone numbers. No thanks. What's this for?
This is for the Evans Show. It's just a neutral platform. And my last question I just asked was like, what are our next steps? Like, how can we keep the momentum going? And it seemed like you were showing that right now, so I'm just documenting.
Okay, do I hold it?
You can if you want to. It's whatever you're comfortable with.
Okay. I think it's important that people sign petitions and send emails. Don't just show up to protest. Don't just repost pictures on social media because that doesn't do anything. You need to take it a step further and actually make our voices heard. If you want to put a picture of this. Here's a list. Here's a list of emails and phone numbers that you can get in touch with to make our voices heard. And yeah, tell the police and the government that we're watching and we want change.
We have to do something. I can see in every single one of your eyes that you care. I see it in all of you. And it makes me shake. It makes me shake. And it's enough. We have to do something. And this is good, but we need to do more. We need to talk. We need to have conversations. We need to vote. We need to get to City Hall. You need to support black businesses.
I see a whole lot of signs that say Black Lives Matter. It's not Black Lives Matter, it's All Lives Matter. People don't seem to understand just how common this kind of shit really is. And I don't mean the protests. I mean the cause of the protests.
I want y'all to know something. Last week, a couple of weeks ago, the Hamilton police and the city of Hamilton decided not to vote on body cameras. They decided not to vote on body cameras. Did not have them. They're here.
Listen, peaceful protest.
No.
I am blown away by the fact that the victims, the people who are suffering, are the ones that are being told, you should do this in a non-violent way. Well, there'll never be a right way, there'll never be a right time, there'll never be a right anything. That's what a protest is. We should stand up for what we believe in. Stand or sit, you know? But we've been doing it for decades and there is no change. That to me is the very definition of insanity, to keep trying to do the same thing over and over again and getting no results. At the end of the day, I have no right to tell anyone how to protest. You have to stand up for what you believe in at the end of the day, and that's all I'm going to do, is to support the people who are out trying to say, hear me, I am in pain, I can't suffer anymore. Me and mine, my family, my friends, whether it's black, white, minority, of any marginalized group, we're all standing here trying to say the same thing.
Hi, thank you for watching The Evan Show. Keep tuning in to wonderful news that shows you what you need to know.
Stop. That's enough pain.